Right, hi girls! So I thought, because I've done a progressive overload one, I thought I would do a more nutritional based one, just to help you girls. So, right, first of all, this is going to be more of a wide range sort of thing, rather than more into detail for you. So it's just to keep you motivated, keep you on track of all your sort of flexible dieting and your macros and stuff like that. Okay, so let's start on eating out. So, as we know, restaurants open. They open tomorrow, I think. Pubs open tomorrow. Everything opens tomorrow. So, yes, it's a good thing, but I know it can be daunting for some of you in the way of how am I going to keep on track? How am I going to be doing this? How am I going to be doing that? Now, my best advice is pre-plan your macros. Now, how to do this is, say for example, okay. Prime example, tomorrow for me, I'm going Piccolino's, going to have a nice pizza, and my guesstimate is 1,200 calories for that pizza. I'll look it on the Fitness Pal and I'll log it. So say for example, my calories are now 2,600, so I'll limit myself. My dinner is going to be my biggest meal. I do say your structure of your meals to have it more early in the day if possible, but on occasions like you're eating out, birthdays, barbecues, it is okay once in a while, it's not going to kill you. So, guesstimate, I would overestimate how many you're having. From here, use your closest entry on the Fitness Pal. Now, if you're, say, on a fat loss and you don't have as many room for calories, this, as in protein, you need to split it throughout our day. So we know already that we want to have our protein synthesis, so we want to be able to have our spikes throughout the day, so our highs and our lows, to be able to maintain our muscle. Now from here, I would be having, if you're on the low calories, have your sittings of protein, so snack on a bit of chicken, have your egg whites, have your yogurt, and then you know when you go to have that pizza that you're still sat in your macros. If you go over by 200 calories, that's cool. That's where flexible dieting comes in. That's where then you'll be able to go, right, I'll just take 200 calories off tomorrow. Or from each day, over the next few days, I'll take 100 calories off, so you're not going to feel the difference as much. You're not going to feel it as hard. So, going on from here, exhaust your macros. Now, what I mean by this is, I want you to absolutely use your macros and exhaust them. Train as hard as you can. A lot of you ask, right, when am I going to get a new plan, or when am I going to have my macros changed? Or you will be on the macros for 10 weeks, for example. You need to exhaust them to the point where you are like, you're hungry, you know, you're filling your time, like all your energy is being used. Because from here, when I go to put up your calories, you're not going to have things like weight gain. You're not going to be able to, because you're using those calories and your body is now able to be trained to maintain that much. So, pre-plan them. It can't be 5 days a week and your weekends you go on a blowout. It's a 7-day thing. If you want results, if you want to be successful in this whole journey, you need to be doing it 7 days a week. You can't be half-hearted. You've got to go all fully in, because think how far you can get if you were to do 7 days and not 5 days, because that's going to muck it up completely. That's what I mean by the exhaust by macros. So we've touched on flexible dieting. Frozen veg. Now, frozen veg and fruit, I was always so against it, right? And then it wasn't until I looked into it and I researched it, I thought, oh my god, actually, there's so much more nutrients in the frozen. So if you're someone that is, you know, prepping your meals for the week, you can just whack it out. You don't have to, it's so less time consuming, it's everything. So I would recommend fruit and veg frozen. Now, the 20-80 diet, or 80-20 diet, this, what I mean by this is 80% unprocessed foods. So this is your whole foods. This is, it can be your potatoes, your grains, as in like your quinoa, your couscous, your rice, your basmati rice. And then processed is 20% of your diet. So that's where you can have that bit of chocolate. You can have, you know, that gin and tonic if you want it. You can be having that bagel, that crumpet. that bit of saurine. I know some of you guys like a bit of saurine. I love it. That banana one is so nice. So 20% of your diet can be this. Why? Because your unprocessed foods, so your whole foods, your body uses more energy to break down the foods because it's not broken down as much as these processed foods. So when you consume it, you're using more energy to burn it off, which means you're in a bigger deficit. Right. So, and on top of that, you are able to have more nutrients in unprocessed foods more than processed foods. So that is good for your overall digestive system, gut health, overall health, everything. Right, carbs, proteins, fats. Carbs, 4 calories per 1 gram. Same goes for protein. Fats, there's 9 calories per 1 gram. Okay, so carbs. I'm going to touch on carbs because I absolutely love carbs. So 25 grams of fibre minimum a day. Your fibre is your top priority within your carbs. So when you pre-plan your macros, I want you to be having minimum 25 grams of fibre. Why? Because this is going to help your digestive system. It's going to help bind the food. It's going to get your whole metabolism like flowing, everything like that. So you can think of it like that, or 15 grams per 1,000 calories you have in your diet. So 2,000 calories, you're going to have your 30 grams, 3,000 calories a day, 45 grams minimum, that is. Now, like I said, fibre comes first. 2 servings of fruit daily. Why do I say this? Because your sugar intake. Now, yes, it's natural sugars, but we need to be watching the sugar levels slightly. I will touch base on it. There's simple carbs and complex carbs. Now, I know when I give you your calories, some of you girls, you love your smoothies, you love your fruit, your veg, whatever. That's perfect, that's absolutely fine. But if you have too much fibre intake, one, you will be very, very bloated and your stomach's going to have a right party and you're going to feel the pain. And we need the complex carbs. When we're doing a workout, say, we want to replenish that muscle and build that muscle tissue ASAP. So that muscle that we've worked, when you have your complex carbs, like your rices, your potatoes, your bagels, your cereals, that complex carb is going to go straight to that muscle that we've worked. It would be such a shame to do such a killer workout to then be going eating fruit that's not going to replenish the muscle, because that simple carbs is a sugar-based carb that feeds into other parts of your digestive system, like your liver and stuff like that, rather than replenishing that muscle. Right, so from here, ratio, I usually say 1 to 3, so 1 for every 1 piece of fruit, 3 pieces of veg. Okay, so I'll touch base on this. Right, I know some of you girls prefer higher fat, low carb. Some of you prefer your higher carb, low fat. Now that's absolutely fine. It's whatever works for you. So if you feel like your macros, you prefer higher fat, speak to me first. I'll adjust it for you. That's absolutely fine. I want to be able to work with you to your best ability and for you to be able to get the best result possible. So, your brain alone needs 100 grams of glucose just to function. So glucose is what we know as carbohydrates. It's a sugar based. If you have too low of carbs, that can affect your thyroid. Your thyroid controls everything, like to your body temperature, it's unbelievable. Your metabolism, how fast of a rate you will digesting that food, and your reproductive system. Now, if you're on such a low calorie, this can be so dangerous for you, so dangerous. I cannot drill it into you enough. So, just things to think about. Why do you, before you came to me, or reasons for coming to me, is this important to you? If it is, then this needs to change. And it will be with my guidance, and it will be with the rest of the girls with the support along the journey as well. So, when, for example, this is what I was going to say, your thyroid signalling, it reduces your cortisol hormone. Now, how I refer to as that is your carbs is a good source of energy to decrease your stress hormone. So what we know by stress, we hold on to a lot in our body. This is going to reduce it, which means when you're releasing or not having as much stress, you're able to gain that goal quicker than you would if you were to be stressed, because we know when we're stressed, we don't sleep. Sleep 3 to 4 hours before bed, we should be having foods. I would say if your last meal's 7:30, that's perfect, that's fine. Because if we have it any more later, it's going to affect your sleep and your quality of sleep. And like we know, our REM sleep is the most important stage, because that's where your brain is resetting from the day that's just happened, and it's processing everything. Everything around that REM sleep, which is about 2 to 4 a.m, is where your body is resting. REM sleep is the best quality of sleep you can have, okay? So, right, from here, I'll touch on protein. So protein, we'll be looking between this to this per body weight. Now, I do have, if you're a vegan or a veggie, I do put you on more this end of the spectrum. Why? Because animal-based protein, you can absorb more of the amino acids, whereas plant-based doesn't have as many. So 95% of your animal-based meats your body can absorb, whereas it's 72-75% if you're plant-based. So, for example, I know a few of you girls, I do put it up on this end of the spectrum, but that's only because you are veggie, you don't eat meat. So from here, each sitting that you have, so between your 4 to 6 meals a day, I'll write it here. So 4 to 6 meals a day, you want to be aiming between 20 to 30 grams. Your body can naturally only absorb this much roughly. And I forgot what I was going to say on that, but I'll come back to it. Right, fats. So split it throughout your day. It is beneficial to have it in the morning, especially with us women. Minimum, and I mean minimum, whether someone's stage prep dieting, for example, I mean like the really athletic sports people that will go to every extent just to compete in a particular sport. 30 grams minimum of fat a day, and that is the ultimate lowest anyone should ever be. This is the bracket of where you should be per body weight. Right, going on from there, I can go and touch base more into depth for you guys, but I wanted to get a wide range, so go more broad than deep. This is overall about your nutrition, and lastly, your calories are king. So calories come first, then your macros come after. So say for example, your MyFitnessPal, we want to aim between 5 grams of each macro. If you've gone over by 5 grams, fine. If you've gone under by 5 grams, fine. As long as you stick to your calories. If, for example, your calories have gone over, but you've still got carbs in there, it's because you've got a higher fibre in your diet. Now that's fine, it'll just take it away from this part. Now, the last thing I was going to touch bases on is food structuring. So the 4 to 6 meals a day, and we want to be able to be having our higher calorie meals and carbohydrate meals around where we're most active. So around the gym, so pre-workout meal, I roughly say like 2 hours, hour and a half, because you don't want to be spewing your guts up. And then usually straight after you've worked out is the best time to be having a high carb meal. The sooner you have your meals in the day, the better. It can be very good, because technically you are fasted throughout the night, right? So fasting is good for reducing inflammatory, bloating. Some of you, if you suffer from certain things, that's going to help a lot. And that's why I encourage you girls to latest maybe stop eating around 7:30ish, just so when you go to bed, when we sleep, we don't break down and digest those foods as quick as we do if we're awake. Now that's why I say about eating as early as possible. So I think, and I hope this answers